Hello and welcome to a Vera B video. Basically I'm going to explain to you my journey through my C9 Aloe Vera fitness range. Now this is day one for me and I have been nervously awaiting the start of it. Basically Christmas came and went and I put on quite a bit of weight and I thought I need to sort this out now. I'm getting married this year and I want to lose some weight quickly, but in a healthy way. So if you've seen my previous video, it will have explained what all the ingredients are in the program and all the things you get in your box. I'm now going to explain to you in detail days 1 to 9, hopefully, and my progress. So in your C9 box you get your build the foundation for looking and feeling better. That's what it says on the front, and that's your C9 guide as to what you do every day. So today was day one. Now when you look in your book, it says, what can you expect over the next 9 days? And it says, you'll look better and feel better. You also begin to feel lighter and more energised as you prove you can take control of your appetite and see your body begin to change. So basically, you weigh and measure yourself before you begin. You choose 3 realistic goals you want to achieve in the next 9 days. You record your daily exercise, food intake and how you feel in the booklet. You exercise daily, but you don't go crazy. You just do about 30 minutes of sort of medium exercise. Could even be a fast walk or even just some yoga. Instead of weighing yourself daily, you should record your weight only on days 1, 3, 6 and 9. Because your body will respond to the different phases at different rates. Your weight will fluctuate. If you suddenly go, oh, my weight has just suddenly gone up and I'm supposed to be losing weight, it's because your body is adjusting to changes. It's adjusting your metabolism. So that's why. You have to drink loads of water. I'm terrible for not drinking enough water, so what I'm doing now anyway is carrying a flask around with me all day and keeping track of actually how much I'm drinking. You can also have basically anything that's kind of healthy, so I'm having green tea because that's proven to be quite good for you anyway. So, and I hate water, so I'm just having green tea all day. It says put down the salt shaker. Salt contribute to fluid retention. Flavour your foods with herbs and spices instead. Now, I am terrible for putting salt on my food because a couple of years ago I decided to start cutting out mayonnaise from my diet because a tablespoon can be like 200 calories. So I was like, right, I'm going to stop that. And since then I've been putting salt on everything. And now I understand that salt actually makes you keep on a lot of fluid and basically means you're weighing a lot heavier and a lot more bloated than you should be. So get rid of the salt. You should avoid fizzy drinks and carbonated beverages. So I'm doing that with my green tea, which is fantastic, because you do not want any unwanted calories and sugar. So day 1, which is what we're on today. So for breakfast, okay, this basically is resetting your body and your mind. Days 1 and 2, they're basically identical. So for breakfast, you have 2 Garcinia plus soft gels, so that sounds really appetizing, but no, seriously, you have the 2 soft gel Garcinia, which I explained exactly what they do in the last video. You then have 120 ml, so that's 2 of the big shots. You get a plastic shot cup with your aloe vera gel, so you then have 2 shots of that, and you should have it with 250 ml of water. Then once you've had that, you take your Forever Therm tablet, which is in the packet. Let me show you. So here's the packet. So here's the ones I've done today so far. So you, like the top ones, you have the 2 Garcinia, and then you take this one, which was the Forever Therm at the bottom. And then after that, you do a minimum of 30 minutes of low intensity exercise. So basically what I did this morning was a friend didn't want their exercise bike anymore, so they gave that to me last week, and I basically just sat on the exercise bike watching TV for half an hour. I didn't really notice the time go by. It went by so quickly because I was just watching TV, playing games on my phone, but I had it on the highest resistance, which wasn't, you know, wasn't painful. It just was happening, ticking along in the background, and yeah, that was over before I knew it. So I'm also trying to get in a good habit of getting up early enough to actually do a bit of exercise before work. Now, my plan before having the exercise bike was that I was going to do some yoga, and you can do this in the comfort of your own home. There are yoga videos all over YouTube. Just pick one that says it's 30 minutes long, just follow it. Then you can get some really easy basic beginner ones, and they're going to be enough. You just need to be doing something physical every day. Say you might want to walk to work instead, and it would take half an hour. Do it. Just do it. I've also got myself a Fitbit, which is keeping really good track on exactly how much physical stuff I'm doing. But it's not needed. There's lots of apps on your phones and stuff. There's also the C9 tracker app, which I personally don't have because I'm a sucker for not wanting to spend more money than I have to, and you do have to pay for the app. But it will keep track of every single thing you're doing during this program, so I would suggest for you to buy it. So basically, yeah, that is your breakfast. So your breakfast includes the exercise. Now, as a snack, so this would be a minimum of half an hour after this, probably more than that, midway between breakfast and lunch, because you don't want to have your snack, which is the fibre, within 30 minutes of your breakfast or your lunch, because the fibre will affect the absorption of your other supplements. So basically the fibre, which is in your little box, you have 1 sachet in some water. It probably wouldn't hurt to have that in aloe vera gel if you really wanted to have gel, even more gel. You're having a lot of gel anyway, but I don't think having more is going to be of harm. I would definitely go for it. But I had this in water, and to me it didn't really taste of anything. I was expecting it to taste nasty, and I actually couldn't taste it. I think it just had quite a slight sweet taste to it. So they're gluten-free, water-soluble fibre supplements, and basically any of these items that are part of the FIT program can be bought individually for people who are doing lots of fitness stuff, need certain items to help to contribute to their general fitness program. So yeah, you have 1 packet of the Forever Fibre. Yeah, do not take that with your other supplements because it will affect them. So then for lunch, which is where I've got up to so far today, so my lunchtime, and it says very helpfully at the top, breakfast, lunch, dinner. So you're not going to get confused. So lunch, basically, you then have another 2 Garcinia soft gels, which were the top 2. So you're having a lot of Garcinia. Garcinia is the main thing, and that and the aloe in this weight loss program that is going to sort you out. So you have 2 of those. You then have another 2 big shots of the Forever Aloe Vera Gel. Make sure you use the plastic cup because that will measure it correctly. That comes with the bottle. You then have 1 Forever Firm capsule, which was the one at the bottom. And now, at lunchtime, you also get to have some of your protein shake, which I always look forward to. I know I've only just started the program, but I've been taking the shakes anyway because I actually really like them. I like the taste quite a lot. They taste like, to me, like Cocoa Pops milk. And just like chocolate milk, like they're really tasty. And so yeah, then basically you use 1 scoop of this in your shaker with 300 mils of skimmed milk. Now it also says if you don't drink normal milk, you can have soy milk, and I like soy milk better anyway, so I always have some in my cupboard. So I had it with soy milk. Make sure it's unsweetened though, you don't want any sugar in anything. So just 1 scoop of that in there. I always find when I make up my protein shakes to put the milk in first and then put the powder on the top, because otherwise I find the protein gets stuck in the bottom of the flask and doesn't mix as well. Put the powder on after. Now if I was going to work or something and I didn't want to take this whole pack with me, then I would just measure out the powder beforehand, put it in the bottom, and then I can just add it to my milk just before I'm just about to have it, so it doesn't go all gunky and stuff. So yeah, I had 1 of them. So that was the last thing that I did. So now, let's have a look. What's the time? It's about 20 to 6. So I'm going to say it's now dinner time. So basically, I am going to have my dinner, which is here. And all you have for dinner is 2 Garcinia plus soft gels, because you do not have the Therm later than 6 o'clock in any day, because it does have caffeine content and you do not want to be having that before you go to bed. So there we go, I finished off my last supplements of that for the day. So basically 2 of these. I'm terrible, I like to take them without water. So this is the Garcinia Plus. And even though they are quite big capsules, I find because they're quite well coated that if you don't like taking, or a bit lazy like me, don't tend to grab a glass of water to go with it, you can just literally knock them back because they're not dry. Now what you need to do next is have 120 mils of your Forever Aloe Vera gel. So that's 2 shots. So let's see if I can grab myself a shot glass. I always have one of these at hand. So this is one of the sizes of the shot glasses that come with. Every time you buy an aloe vera bottle, you'll get a plastic shot glass. So basically the maximum on there says 60, so you want to have 2 of those. And I drink this stuff every morning anyway. You're supposed to have it if you drink it in the morning on an empty stomach because it helps cleanse your system before you start eating. Now people always say, doesn't aloe vera taste funny? Now, some people love the taste, and I absolutely love the taste. Other people don't like it. Now, people who are fussy with like having bits in their drink will probably not be a big fan of aloe vera. But the bits aren't too big. It's very soft. All the bits are is the gel that's come straight out of the inner leaf. So it's nothing nasty. It's all good for you. So there we go. That is basically my dinner. And yeah, if you're not too keen on the flavour of the natural one, then we do one which is called Bits and Peaches. So that one goes down very well with kids actually because they really like the flavour of it, and it kind of masks the natural aloe vera taste. We also do one which is the blue bottle, and that one has got added nutritional glucosamine in it, which is really good for your bones and things. Now that one is something I should be taking because I've got quite bad early arthritis, but I'm a little bit fussy and I find the taste of that quite sharp. It's an orange flavour, but it is quite intense, and I would suggest those people who do have issues with your bones and don't mind having a shot of certain flavour just to go for it. Now it's slightly more expensive than the basic one, but the basic one is just an all-round great natural, helps your immune system gel, so I just stick with that one. And then I've always got some in my fridge. They last such a long time as well. If you don't open them, like on the top here it says best before 2019, and we're in 2016, so if you don't open it you can have it kicking back in your cupboard for a long time. Now you should generally drink them, I think, within a month, 6 weeks or so, once they're open, and keep them in the fridge. So that was my dinner. I had the 2 Garcinia and I had 2 shots of that. Now it says for the evening, all I basically have for the evening is another 2 shots of aloe vera gel later on. And it does say with a minimum of 250 mils of water, so I should probably have my water. Now I've got in here my green tea, and my green tea I always put a little bit of lemon slice in, or orange slice, because it's supposed to help you with your weight loss, kick your system, and having a tiny little bit of lemon is really not going to affect your thing. So I'm going to make sure that I drink enough water, which is one of my worst things ever and terrible. So it's got green tea in, which is absolutely lovely, but you don't have to, it could just be water, which is fine. So basically this program, it's quite simple. So I've got to the point now where today I haven't really eaten anything. Now I have been taking the supplements, the aloe vera gel. I had a small shake, and now the shake came up to about, so it was that big when it was full. So that's not a massive amount, and yet I thought by now I would be starving, but I'm not. I'm not at all. I'm not hungry, and I think that's probably the Garcinia and the Forever Therm is making me think that I'm not hungry, which is great. And also the protein shakes do that as well, because I've had them for lunch or for dinner sometimes, and I feel full. So that's a great thing with this program. Now I've done things like the juice programs before, which is nothing to do with aloe vera, but it's just literally a juice cleanse. And by day 2 I felt absolutely starving. Now I'm very intrigued to see tomorrow how I feel in comparison. I also thought that by doing this because I'm very body aware of how every tiny little thing feels, that I would kind of feel something slightly unusual, slightly strange. Now, at the moment, I just feel like I have a normal amount of energy, feel a tiny bit tired, but then again, it is dinner time anyway. I had a little hunger pang earlier in the day, and that was probably just before lunch. And then I had probably around snack time. So I had my fibre, and then that went away. So I think the fibre really helps. I did my 30 minutes on the bike. That was really good. I felt tired, but I don't feel exhausted. Not at all. My legs aren't sore or anything. I generally feel quite light. Like my stomach over the last week, being just after Christmas, has felt very heavy. I ate a lot of cheese, which is my main downfall. And today I just feel very light, very healthy. I was a bit worried that the program might set off my IBS. As of yet, everything is good. I have noticed that I've been going to the toilet quite a lot, which is probably because the program is getting the salt out of my system, so I'm letting go of all that water retention, which is what the program is supposed to do in a big way. So but nothing like extreme. I just noticed I've gone a few more times than I normally would do. But basically, I just feel normal. Like, I feel quite happy. I don't feel like I have to have food. As if someone's waving food in front of my face today. On a couple of occasions, you kind of notice it more. Like, you look at a biscuit and go, oh, I could really fancy a biscuit. But then you just say to yourself, no, this is worth it. Like, I've put some money into doing this program. I'm not going to mess about with it. I want it to work. If I mess it up, it's my own fault. Basically, there are free foods during the program. Now, I'm going to be very strict with myself and not let myself have free foods when I'm hungry. And they do suggest that the free foods are just there to sort of help curb your hunger, and you should have them in moderation. Now, I'll just go through what they are. So they're basically fruits and vegetables that are low in sugar. So these contain the list of free foods, or I like to call them emergency foods. You've got your fruits. So your fruits are apricots, apples, blackberries, blueberries, boysenberries, cherries, red or purple grapes, grapefruit, kiwi fruit, oranges, peaches, pears, plums, prunes, raspberries and strawberries. And veg, artichokes, rocket, asparagus, Belgian endive, broccoli, cauliflower, celery, cucumber, aubergine, spring onions, kale, leeks, lettuces of all varieties, peppers of all varieties, mange tout or sugar snap peas, soybeans, spinach, string beans and tomatoes. So you've got quite a good variety there, and it does make clear, do not put salt on them. They should be eaten raw, or lightly steamed without any fats or oils, so don't add anything to them. If you really want some extra flavour, give them some herbs, but that is about it. You should only ever have them in moderation. So I'm going to just try and be very good and stay away from them altogether. The reason why these foods have been chosen and specific is because they have a very low glycemic index, which basically the glycemic index is a way of measuring how much particular food impacts your blood sugar on a scale of 1 to 100. Foods under 55 are considered low GI. So basically this whole program is about sugar. It is about reducing the levels of sugar in your system. And once you have got that sugar out of your system, you're not going to want to keep snacking. That is the main reason we snack, is we have sugar cravings. Sugar can be as addictive as drugs, and people are becoming to realise this more and more. A lot of our daily foods that we eat, if you have a look at the ingredients, almost every item in your freezer has sugar in it. Almost everything has sugar in it, unless it's a raw product. And that is one of those things that does annoy me a lot, and is one of the reasons I really wanted to get into aloe vera, and I wanted to promote it, because I have a big bugbear with there being sugar in things where I don't think there should be. For example, I looked at a pizza the other day, and in the tomato sauce it had sugar. And the companies do this to get you to buy more, because people are like, oh, this tastes so good. And it's because you're being fed sugar and your system wants more sugar, so you're going to go out and buy it again. It's all about making money. And this system is all about getting rid of that, getting back to the raw items. Now, once you finish the cleanse, what I would suggest is do not then go, oh, I finished it, I can have some chocolate cake. You're going to completely, immediately undo what you've just basically been working towards. You want to just listen to your body, and if your body says I need to eat, then do so, but in moderation, and wait to see if your body says it's full. Don't just keep eating. You really want to keep those sugar levels as low as possible if you're trying to lose weight. So I'm really excited about what day 9 will bring. Basically, in your little booklet, you have like a day-to-day sort of diary of what you've been doing. So you get to keep track of your water, you get to keep track of exactly what exercise you did, and then you tick off all the things you've done. So I need to tick off some more now. Basically, and also you kind of just keep a little diary at the bottom of anything you feel like, if you had any extra foods. I put at 11:46 this morning, tiny hunger pang earlier, but has gone away now. And then I also said this morning I had a slight headache, but that was actually there before I started the programme. And as of now, I don't have my headache anymore, so that's good. I will tell you my weight now, and hopefully we will see some change on the days when I'm allowed to weigh. My weight, sadly, when I weighed myself today, is 12.5 stone. It's all written in here. 12.5 stone is my weight. My chest is 37 inches. My biceps are 11 inches. My waist is 37.5 inches. My hips are 41. My thighs are 25 and my calves are 15. Now on day 3 I'm allowed to measure these again. So I will, even if I don't do a video of update tomorrow is very much similar to today's programme. If I'm unable to do a little video tomorrow, I'll do one for you on day 3 showing you exactly the progress. So I'm hoping, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I would like to lose 9 pounds in 9 days, but I think that is quite dramatic. If it does happen, I'll be over the moon. So basically, yeah, tomorrow is the same as today, basically exactly the same programme. And then once you get to day 3, basically, you can then start having restricted calorie meals. So you can have 600 calorie meal on day 3. But basically everything else is very similar. You also get to have more of your protein shakes on day 3 as well. You get to have some light ultra for your breakfast as well as for your lunch, and then for dinner you have your 600 calorie meal. So you suddenly start intaking quite a lot more. This basically then remains the same, I believe, until the end of the programme, but we will look at that in much more detail. But your exercise and everything remains about the same. They do suggest that you can start ramping up your exercise as the week goes on. I'm going to keep it steady because I'm not someone who's very good at exercise. I don't want to do stuff that I generally on a day-to-day basis wouldn't be able to manage. I don't want to overdo it. So I'm going to just keep it 30 minutes steady on the bike every day, and then I can see if it works. So thank you very much for watching day 1 of my diary review on how I felt today. So generally, still have lots of energy, don't feel very hungry at all, and I'm looking forward to seeing how I feel tomorrow. I have a feeling I might crash tomorrow, but we'll soon find out as I have a full day of work, and I will let you know how it goes. Here's my 360 spin of how I look on day 1. So I've got a bit of a tummy, unfortunately. I'd like to get rid of some of this. Be nice to see if that grows. But there you go, there's my tummy on day 1. And I'll try and wear the same clothes every day so you can make a comparison. Thank you very much for watching, and if you're interested in the product that I'm trying out this week, please click on my link below or join my Facebook page, which is Vera B, where I often do lots of competitions, discounted products, and I have a great little community there of customers who put up some lovely reviews as well. So thank you very much, and I'll see you soon later in the week, either tomorrow or on day 3. Take care. Lots of love from Vera B.